Okay, this is another true Pittsburgh whacked out story. And this story is going to be about, this was late spring 2011. And this is what we did. Me, my friend Adam had a street race in Toronto. And then we got a call from this kid named Justin. He's like, pick me up, I'm gonna go over your house. I'm gonna stay over, we're gonna chill and smoke. So we did that. Smoked a couple bowls out of a bong. Woke up, smoked a few more bowls, and then we're like, oh, let's go to the Route 8. We're gonna go do something. I don't know what yet. And then this dude named Rick, this Colombian gangster dude that lives in a place called Hampton, and he's like, oh, we're gonna go do something. We're gonna have some fun. I didn't have to spend a dime. I spent like $5 on food, and that was it for people. And then we go buy this bud from this kid. I don't remember who it was. I don't care. In this fucking Cadillac, like Eldorado from the late 70s. It was chill. It was Goodfellas style shit. And then we get this other call, and he's like, this kid named Benny saw him once, didn't see him again, and he's like, dude, come over. We're having a party. Let's go chill. It's supposed to be the end of the world today, so yeah. We only hanged out there for a few hours, but it was the longest few hours of my life. And it was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So he's like, hey, let's go do this. And he's like, he starts smoking a weed, fucking smoked. He had like fucking 2 ounces on the table. He's like, he just gives me a handful, like a crazy amount of shit, and he's like, smoke it. So I did. And we went around, we actually just sat outside, listened to the music, some classic psychedelic rock from the 60s. And we're just sitting there chilling, smoking gravities, bowls, blunts. And then there was a fucking frog in this ditch, and Benny's like, dude, let's go save Kermit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he couldn't do it. He was so baked he couldn't do it, and I did it. And I'm gonna pick up the frog. I'm like, here you go. And I put him in the creek. And he's like, we just saved Kermit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we go, and he's like, dude, I just saw a snake frog. I'm like, what the fuck is a snake frog? I'm like, what the shit is this? And I'm like, whatever, I'm baked. I'm gonna do this anyways. And we did not find what he was talking about. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. Never to this day, I don't remember what the hell he was looking for. A snake frog. And then fucking we go looking for the snake frog, and then we end up in Ben Rothelisberger's backyard. And he's smoking a cig, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing over there, boys? I'm like, it's Ben Rothelisberger. And he's like, what are you doing? We're having a party. You want to come over and smoke a bowl with us? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. And then we smoke a bowl with Ben Roethlisberger, the fucking Super Bowl champion quarterback of the Steelers. And then we just sit back and chill. Fun time. And he's like, yeah, I have to go back. I have to go to training camp, and I'm going to be baked as fuck. It's going to be awesome. And like, cool, dude, cool. And he's like, I'm like, it's supposed to be the end of the world. I'm like, oh yeah, I heard about that crazy fucking preacher dude. It's like, it's going to be the end of the world. It's the end of the world. I'm like, sure it is. Sure. So, and then we just sat there and chilled for like a few hours. Fucking baked. And then this dog, his name, it was in this beautiful mansion, crazy stuff, this $3 million house, and the dog, this big pit bull dog, not pit bull, like a bulldog, tears up this pillow, and he's like, I'm like, dude, your dog has tore up that fucking pillow, and he's like, oh, that's okay, man, cool. And then he decided, we're gonna go get the dog was named Nignog, and we're gonna get this dog baked. And he's like, I'm like, oh my god. He's like, Flambeau, Rick, no, it was me, Rick, and Benny, and we go in this car and bake the dog, and get the dog baked and shit, and listen to Pink Floyd for 45 minutes, and just sat there and smoke a big giant, like, 20-gram blunt. It was ridiculous. Fun. And then we go back to my friends, and then we just like sat there, and then we're like, dude, we have to leave, we have to drop Rick and Justin off, and then went back, smoked another few bowls, and just fell asleep, and that's how the day went. It was pretty fucking awesome, I have to admit. It was fun, and it's gonna happen again soon. That's another true whacked out Pittsburgh stories.